Ladies and mostly gentlemen, today we're going to talk about another new allied race and probably the most anticipated, the Void Elves. Yep, the Void Elves. This is actually a video I didn't think I'd be making until at least the beta for the new expansion, but with the inclusion of 7.3.5 on the PTR, Blizzard decided to put a ton of back-end Battle for Azeroth content into the game files, including new mounts, allied races, heritage armor sets, zones, and even quests to unlock the new races. So make sure you smash that subscribe button because we're going to be going deep diving into all of the new datamine content over the next couple of weeks. So the Void Elves are a new alliance race that were announced at BlizzCon 2017, but were datamined just before. So on the Battle for Azeroth website they have a short description for each new allied race. The Void Elf one says, "Many have sought to harness the corrupted magic of the Void. Most who have tried have fallen into its madness. Determined to use the power for the good of Azeroth, Illyria Windrunner is one of the first mortals to succeed at defying the Shadow's whispers. Coming to the aid of a group of her kin who nearly gave in to the darkness, Illyria has vowed to train these Void Elves to control the shadows within them and pledge their newfound powers to the Alliance." So with this new patch, there is so much data currently unlocked on the PTR that all it would take is a small client tweak to activate 4 of the 6 new allied races. So in theory, they could actually turn these on with so much as a hotfix, so that's something to get you all excited. But realistically, we won't be seeing these races in the live game probably until the pre-patch of Battle for Azeroth, or they might potentially add them as a pre-order bonus, but still we're looking around June, July sort of time. So much like my videos for the Lightforged Draenei and the High Mountain Tauren, I'll be going through all the available options for this race as of the 7.3.5 PTR build, so take it all with a grain of salt, as it's all subject to change. But I gotta admit, I was pretty blown away with the amount that Blizzard did put into the game files, especially without encrypting it in any way. So first, let's check out skin color. So currently there are 6 options for skin colour for the Void Elves. They range from a very similar colour to the Death Knight all the way up to a shade of blue which is actually very similar to the Nightborn. They did say that the Void Elf will switch from a natural elf form to a void form, so I'm not too sure if this is the natural form or the void form, but I guess when we actually get to play this race it'll all make sense. So now onto the face. Not really much to say here, there's nothing that really blows my mind about this feature on the Void Elf. Personally, I'd say the face customization is one of the most lackluster on the Blood Elf model especially. There's a total of 8 face customization options for the Void Elves, comparatively there are 10 for the Blood Elves. I'm sure it's not going to break anyone's heart to find out there are more face customization options for the Blood Elf, because literally they make the smallest amount of difference anyway. So now onto hairstyle. So hairstyle has been a major talking point for this race since the data mining. The fact that they have animated void energy flowing through their hair is simply awesome. I think they did a really good job on some of the hairstyles for the male and female models. Some of the male hair options kind of resemble like an edgy gothic teen, which is why people have started to call this race the Edgelord race. So I could definitely see this guy like at a Slipknot concert while writing on Tumblr. I don't know, I'm just so old. Right, so now let's look at some different colours you can have on these styles. So for the male and female you have 8 colours to choose from. I do honestly think these are a great selection of colours, and I think they contrast quite well with the rest of the race. I like the fact that the void energy stays purple, as it would be a bit weird if that actually changed colour along with the hair colour. All in, I think they've done a great job on the hairstyles and colours for this race. And finally, facial hair for males and earrings for females. So much like the Blood Elves, there isn't much customization in the facial hair department, although it is nice to see there are some new options for facial hair, and this one in particular really reminds me of Vamp from the Metal Gear Solid series. Anyone else see that? As for the earring selection, what can I say really? Most of the hairstyles cover it up anyway, so it kind of seems like a bit of a redundant option to me. So let's talk about classes. So the Void Elves can be 7 out of the 12 classes. These are Warrior, Hunter, Rogue, Priest, Mage, Warlock, and Monk. I think the idea of a Shadow Priest Void Elf is going to be really awesome. And then think of a Void Elf Warlock. Think of all the transmog they've got and everything like that. I think it'll just work perfectly with this race. Monks seem like a bit of a random choice, but I'd imagine they'll probably have some random panda spawned in their racial area, training them all up, similar to how the pandas are pretty much in every starting zone. I saw that people were annoyed at the fact that they can't be Death Knights. As cool as the concept is, I don't think it was viable story-wise. Plus the Death Knight skins for the Blood Elf are pretty similar to the Void Elf skins anyway. So much like all your regular races, allied races will also feature their own unique set of racial abilities. As of right now, the Void Elves have 5 racials, which are Chill of the Night, reduces the arcane and shadow damage taken by 1%. And Tropic Embrace, your abilities have the chance to empower you with the essence of the void, ethereal connection, reduce the cost of void storage and transmogrification by 50%. Preternatural Calm, is that a real word? Your spellcasts are not delayed by taking damage. Spatial Rift, rip a rift in time and space, reactivate this ability to teleport through the rift. So as you can imagine, all of these spells are subject to change, and I'd probably expect a few of these to be tweaked before launch, especially Spatial Rift and Preternatural Calm, as one of them is pretty much a Warlock ability and the other just seems a little bit too OP in my opinion. And that's pretty much it for the Void Elves as of patch 7.3.5. Now I could go on about the heritage armor sets and the racial mounts, or the unlocked scenario map, but I'm going to bunch those together into a video covering all the ones that we currently know. As for now, you can watch me run around on this awesome looking Hawk Strider in this very void infused zone. So overall I'm honestly happy with what Blizzard have done with the Void Elves so far. As I said before, I think these guys will really come into their own once we fully get to run around with them in the live game. So let me know down in the comment section below if you're going to be making one of these guys, and what class and what armor set you can imagine yourself taking on once you're a level 120. As for me, this gives me another reason not to roll Horde. Well, apart from those sexy Sandalari trolls, they're just pretty awesome. So before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to our amazing patrons and YouTube sponsors. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to support the channel in that way, links are down below. So leave a like on this video if you'd like to, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. We've got a lot of early Battle for Azeroth content coming your way, and it should be pretty damn awesome. So with that, I'll see you next time.